Hi everyone, so today we are talking all about how to create your own pretty privilege. And I was inspired to make this video from all of the people whom I've worked with finding their style, finding their unique look. I have found that I will have one client tell me, I wish I was petite, and they're tall and lean. And then the next client who's tall and lean tells me, well, the next client who's petite will tell me, oh, well, I wish I was tall and lean. Well, okay, if you're tall and lean, they wish that they were petite. You know, it's always just everybody wants the opposite of what they have. And so I've come to realize that there isn't really a completely objective, ideal body type or anything like that. It's more about the aesthetic harmony that you create with your features, with your coloring, with your angles, your lines, your silhouette, that is really going to create your unique look. Okay? And so that's what really inspired me to make this video, because I find that when people do not respect their own beauty and do not respect their own lines, that's when they really don't look good. It's really seldom that when somebody knows their beauty, knows their own lines, and respects that they are really going to look that bad. They usually look really quite excellent. Okay, so let's take a look at Jenna Coleman. Now, Jenna Coleman here, I would say, looks not that great. So contrast that with something like this, where she just is honoring her own beauty. Now, I'm going to talk about, if you have the type of beauty that Jenna Coleman has, you can be a complete beginner. You don't have to know about everything that I'm talking about to apply the concepts that I'm going to talk about in this video. So Jenna Coleman is someone who has a doll face. She has a doll face, she's petite, she's small, and she looks doll-like. And here, she's really honoring her beauty. She has the animated colors, she has the tousled hair, which is a little bit playful. She has the animated eyes, like very high contrast eyes, so she has some eye makeup on, and she has some fresh colors on, and she has a matte finish to her makeup. And so that brings out her beauty, that doll-like look. But now if you look at her here, she looks really dragged down. She looks like she is playing dress up as grandma or something. I mean, she looks, for Jenna Coleman, she looks pretty bad. I mean, she's still beautiful, but you can see how much this look drags her down. It ages her. It looks so bad on her, and it doesn't look sophisticated or elegant. And you can imagine if someone thinks to themselves, well, I want to look elegant, what should I do? Oh, I know, a low bun, which is very classic, with pearls and neutral makeup. That's what she did. I just want to emphasize, that's what she did. That's not a bad thought process. I want to look elegant. I'm going to do a low bun, and I'm going to do pearls, and I'm going to do neutral makeup. That's not unreasonable to think. And it wouldn't be unreasonable to think if you were Jenna Coleman and you wanted to do that. And then you do it and you end up looking like this. It looks so bad on her. And she's really not capitalizing on her unique beauty. When she does, she looks like this. And I think this is a night and day difference. She looks so dragged down, so much older and tired. And, you know, it's not always bad. Some people want to look older, especially people who kind of have doll-like faces. You know, some of my clients, you know, they want to look older. But not in this way where you look dragged down. You know, you may want to look a bit more mature, and there are ways to do that, but not in this way where you just look more tired, more dragged down, and it just looks weird, you know. And so that is Jenna Coleman. So now, before we move on to the next example, I have to mention the sponsor of this video, which is me. Okay, so I offer typings through my website. I offer body typings, color typings, and I offer something called the full report, which will give you everything and how your colors and lines interact, everything like that, all wrapped up with a cherry on top, bow on top, whatever, and that is the full report. So I have links to all of that down below about how you can go ahead and purchase that. I think that's all I have to say. I'll talk more about it later maybe, but that's all I have to say for now. Let's get back to the examples. Okay, so now we have Rita Ora. So Rita Ora is someone who has these soft features, okay? But here she looks like a clown, okay? She looks really so bad, and you really wouldn't think, you would think, oh, this person is average looking. You wouldn't think that she is particularly incredibly beautiful, which she actually is. And this is the thing, is that her, and I'm realizing this now, her makeup is actually a little bit similar to Jenna Coleman's makeup, so Jenna Coleman's makeup has some of that. I mean, Jenna doesn't have like a bright lip, but she has some of that those animated distinct lines to her makeup, and Rita has something similar here, but it looks clownish on Rita. It looks harsh on Rita because Rita does not have those delicate angles that Jenna Coleman has. Rita's face has more rounded and soft angles, so when she does these kind of sharp angles and dark colors to her makeup, it looks so harsh on her. And then the hair color being too fake, she can do actually a lighter hair color, and I'll show you, but the hair color looks too fake on her, and even the hair texture looks too stiff on her. Okay, so it really does not compliment her, not to mention the jacket, which really does not compliment her at all, and it really does not do her any justice. So now let's take a look at another thing that Rita Ora did. Again, same kind of problem. Now, you may say, well, look, she wants to look chic. She wants to look chic. I don't think she looks particularly chic here, because to me, looking chic is looking like you know what you're doing. And here, I don't exactly know what she was going for. Okay, and to me, one thing, it's not so much that you have to achieve a certain look. You don't have to look feminine or edgy or modern or fun or something to look good. You don't have to look any particular way to look good. I just think it comes down to intentionality. If you end up looking how you wanted to look, that means that you probably look pretty good, because that means that you probably have the skill to create a certain look, okay? And so here, I don't think this is it, okay? It looks very harsh on her. I think it looks heavy on her, and she does not really look that beautiful. We are not really appreciating her features here, her soft features. And now contrast that with this. And to me, this is, even after the years that I've done this, it never ceases to amaze me how much this makes a difference. Really dressing for your features. In this case, Rita Ora has rounded bone structure, so the angles of her bone structure are rounded. It has nothing to do with the physique that she has or anything, or the features, even like the softer features that she has. It's that her bone structure itself is actually very, very rounded, and it doesn't have very many sharp angles. And so she has the rounded bone structure type. And this is in my body typing system, okay? And it's closely related to the Kibbe body typing system, and I believe she would be a romantic in the Kibbe body typing system, if you've heard of that. So she's really honoring her beauty. She's really honoring that, and it just looks stunning on her, and she looks so, so beautiful because we're able to appreciate her features. The soft lines of her hair really sort of emphasize the softness of her bone structure. The bright colors have a lighter feel and a lighter look, like the bright red lip has a lighter look instead of something heavy and dark like this. Her bone structure is too soft and too delicate for something so heavy. And so if you look like Rita Ora, if you have this kind of softness to you, forget about this. Just stop. Just don't do it. Okay, just don't do it. Just stop, okay? There's no reason to be doing this. You're not doing anyone any favors, especially not yourself. And just do something like this instead. Now, you may not want to go for this sort of classic romantic kind of look like she's doing here, but that doesn't mean that you just completely dishonor your lines and dishonor your beauty to such an extent that your unique beauty gets lost, okay? And so that's how you can create your own pretty privilege, no matter what you look like, is to honor your own beauty and to have enough respect for what you look like, enough respect for your beauty that you will honor it. So, next example, Lucy Liu, she is actually the opposite of Rita Ora. She has very angular bone structure, and her features are not very soft. She doesn't have soft, round eyes. She doesn't have soft cheeks. She does not have full, lush lips in the same way that Rita Ora does. And you can see here that Lucy Liu, she still looks beautiful, okay? But she just is kind of getting lost in this. The top that she's wearing looks kind of cheap because the fabric looks really flimsy. And actually, it's interesting because if somebody else were to wear this top, it probably wouldn't look cheap on them, believe it or not, because actually the flimsy fabric looks quote flimsy. It looks negative on like this flimsy fabric, not like, oh, this soft lightweight fabric, this soft delicate fabric, because it's contrasting in a way that is not flattering with Lucy's bone structure, with Lucy's physique. That's why it does not look flattering, and that's why it looks cheap. Someone else could wear this same shirt and it would look amazing on them. Someone with softer features, that kind of softness to the neckline, that kind of softness to the fabric, the draping would actually look really beautiful on them and really soft, and it would have nothing to do with looking bad in some way. This is the other thing, is that when you dress in a way that is in disharmony to how you look, all of those potentially positive features that you have start to look negative, and then all of the positive features of the garment also start to look negative. So, Lucy Liu may start to look just too straight-figured or something, or too angular in these disharmonious items, and vice versa. Rita Ora may look like, oh, you don't have, like, here, Rita, you don't have the bone structure, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have those chiseled cheekbones, you don't have the chiseled jawline, like, you just don't have it, and that's what disharmony makes you think about, and that's why the way to your pretty privilege is to create harmony in your look, because disharmony will bring about all of your features that are actually positive. Again, to be clear, Rita's softer bone structure is positive. It's completely beautiful. It's stunning. Look at her. She's stunning. But here, it's like all of the disharmony makes us think, well, look at, just puts us like in a bad mood. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you don't look good because of this or that. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like a lie. It's not really true. It's not her bone structure at all. That's the problem. It's just the disharmony. That's the problem, right? But that's what happens. That's what happens in everyone's minds. And you would think that it's more about, you would think, oh, well, it's other people who think this, but actually you yourself will also think this about yourself. If you are consistently wearing things that do not flatter you, you will eventually start to feel like you are ugly yourself. And that's the saddest thing. It's one thing if other people don't appreciate your beauty, but I think if you yourself don't appreciate your beauty either, that's when it really starts to become really pretty serious and pretty sad. And of course, for other people as well, it can really help you out. And I think we all know it, unfortunately, pretty privilege is real, and it can really help you out in this world to look your best. So anyway, Lucy Liu, so we talked about this, okay, and now her eyebrows are like super soft and everything. And now here, her eyebrows are still super soft, but her eye makeup is a lot more dramatic. So if you are familiar with Kibbe, Lucy Liu is a dramatic type, okay, and that means she is angular, sharp, lean, and that's pretty much it, okay? So she just looks amazing with this kind of emphasis on the eyes, a smoky eye, neutral colors for the makeup, and some larger scale jewelry. And she just looks so beautiful here, and here she just looks a bit more plain. And I think that this really makes such a huge difference for Lucy. Now we have Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley is one of my favorite examples to ever give, because she looks so bad here, you guys. Like, she's so beautiful, and this is, again, what's stunning to me, is that she is perfectly beautiful, again, okay? But she looks so bad here. She looks like she is like a cog in the machine from the 90s or the 80s, like in this like 9-to-5 job that she kind of hates, and that's why she looks so washed out, because she hates her job. That's what she looks like here, okay? And that's what it makes me feel like. And then that makes me feel not that great. And then since I don't feel that great, I become more critical. And that's what happens, you guys, is like that's what happens to everyone. When you see disharmony, you just become more critical and you just think, well, because now you can see she actually does not have the features. She has the opposite features of Rita Ora. You see how she's doing these soft colors and everything, and that just doesn't work for her? Well, Rita Ora was doing a lot of soft colors here. Her hair color is soft, and it just is quite soft next to her skin. It doesn't contrast with her skin. Her lip color is bright, that's true, but her outfit is also a pastel type of color, okay? So there are similarities between the color choices that Rita Ora is making and the color choices that Keira Knightley is making. And you can see just how washed out and miserable Keira Knightley looks here. But then when she just improves things a little bit, her hair color is a bit darker, her brows are a bit bolder, and her eye makeup is a bit more defined and a bit darker, but then the rest of her look is kind of similar. And then also her blazer here is a bit more angular, and it's still pastel-y, but because she has other elements here, like the contrast near her face and everything, I love this look for her. I think she looks amazing. She looks beautiful, and she has that deep V that really is so flattering on her. And here it's just not happening. It looks really bad. And so this is the difference. Here she does not really have pretty privilege. Here she really does. She really does. If she were to go out looking like this, unfortunately she would get much better treatment than if she were to go out looking like this. And I think we all know that. And so if you are someone who looks like Keira Knightley, you have those sharp features, then you can consider going for the smoky eye, the dark eye, neutral colors, darker hair, bolder brows, matte textures to your makeup, a neutral lip. So that's basically your thing. And that looks the most effortless on you, the most flattering on you. And you can see here again, this is it. This is her look. This is her pretty privilege. She looks amazing. And you can't necessarily say who looks better. Keira Knightley looks completely different from Rita Ora. Rita just has the soft bone structure. Keira Knightley has the sharp bone structure. Who's prettier? Who's to say? You see? Who's prettier? You tell me. Who's prettier? I really cannot choose. And I think that if you look at the best photo of Rita and the best photo of Keira Knightley, which in my opinion is this one, they look equally beautiful, but they just look completely different from each other. And that's each of them capitalizing on their own pretty privilege. But then when they try to do each other's looks, it's just a mess. Neither of them look pretty. Everyone loses out, really. So, here we have Rita Ora trying to do basically Keira Knightley's look, doing this, the bold brow, the large scale jewelry, everything like that, the bold matte makeup, and then the bold eye, right? And it just looks heavy on her, and she looks so much better here. And now we have Keira Knightley trying to do a red lip, okay? Rita Ora does the red lip. It looks so sophisticated. Keira Knightley does a red lip. I just don't know, you guys, what's happening here. It genuinely the look overall looks so bad. Also, her hair looks so messy because Keira Knightley is someone who has this really defined, really sleek bone structure. She just needs a sleek look to her hair. It needs to be very intentional. She really doesn't do well with wash and wear styles. It doesn't matter if your hair is curly or straight. This isn't really about that. If you have that chiseled bone structure like Keira Knightley, you need to be styling your hair so that it is very well defined. If you have curls, they should be very well defined. And if you have even waves, the waves should be really glossy and just well defined. If you have straight hair, it should be straight, should be pin straight, should be shiny, So it really just depends on what your hair texture is. You can make it work for your bone structure just as well, okay? It's just that this kind of wash and wear style, it wouldn't work if you have straight hair, wouldn't work if you have curly hair, if you have her bone structure type, period. Some people just they have to do their hair to look their best and other people don't. That's just, life is not fair, you know what I mean? It's just, it is how it is sometimes. And so she, and anyway, back to the red lip, okay? I think it looks really bad on her. I don't think this is working at all, and I have a video on red lips that you should check out. I don't remember what it's called, but it's recent. If you just type red lip Miriam style, I think it'll come up. And I think that she may even be in the thumbnail. But yeah, it doesn't really work with her bone structure because it just doesn't create balance in her face in the same way that it does for Rita Ora, okay? So yeah. So that is, oh, yeah, but then for her, this is her best look, okay? And so that works beautifully on her. And for Rita Ora, this is her best look. It's okay, you know what I mean? We all have different best looks. And they both look so beautiful when they just honor their own beauty. They honor their own lines, okay? Okay, so I think that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts as usual in the comments. And I think, yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, I have so many videos on my channel talking about how you can find your body type, how you can find your color type, and everything in between. So you can take a look around my channel, and if you're still confused about all of this stuff, then I also offer those typings on my website that I have left a link to down below. So I have the body typing, I have the color typing, and then I have the full report, which includes body typing, color typing, essence, how your lines and colors interact, and your priority area. You can take a look at all the details, obviously, on the website. So that's it. I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.